Unrivaled has lost a staggering 65% of its audience in just 1 year, and the same WNBA players who were threatening to strike only weeks ago are now rushing to secure their previous salaries. The unstoppable momentum that once surrounded the league is quickly fading, revealing deep cracks in what was expected to become a booming empire. This is not a slow or gradual downturn. It is a collapse unfolding in real time, and the numbers make it impossible to ignore.
I've been telling you guys there is no interest in pretend basketball. I have been telling you guys for years, as the mainstream media has intentionally lied to us. These elite athletes are amazing! This is the best basketball in the world! Woohoo!
The numbers don't lie, and they're absolutely brutal. Unrivaled second season opened on TNT with just 107,000 viewers, a sharp drop from the 313,000 who tuned in on opening night last year. This isn't a minor decline. It's a full-blown nosedive off a cliff, and the part no one wants to admit is becoming impossible to ignore. The only true draw in women's basketball has just...
Season 2 of Unrivaled, opening night. They averaged 107,000 viewers on TNT. That is a 65% decline compared to last year.
When Caitlin Clark isn't on the screen, nobody's watching. Not Angel Reese, not Paige Buchers, not even Aya Wilson. Unrivaled is paying Paige Buchers over $300,000 to attract barely 17,000 viewers. Let that sink in. TNT poured millions into promoting this league, while the media kept claiming women's basketball was booming. But the audience sent a brutal message. They're tuning out, not tuning in. Unrivaled was supposed to give WNBA players leverage, a powerful backup plan to demand better contracts. But a backup plan only works if it succeeds, and Unrivaled is collapsing even faster than the league itself. Now, the biggest shock, after months of strike threats, players are suddenly willing to accept the same old contract they once called unfair. That tells you exactly how fast this whole narrative just fell apart.
For months now, WNBA players have publicly claimed that we are standing firm. We are fighting for our right to be overpaid. We are fighting for our right to be compensated with money we have no way of earning.
How do you go from demanding millions to accepting crumbs in less than 2 months? You lose your leverage. Every embarrassing Unrivaled rating weakens the WNBA players' negotiating power, and every time TNT executives question their investment, that leverage shrinks even further. The NBA reportedly offered players 50% of net revenue, the money left after expenses, a reasonable proposal for a league that has lost money for nearly 3 decades, yet players rejected it and pushed for 30% of gross revenue, a deal that would drive the league into massive losses. Ironically, million-dollar contracts are now being discussed, exactly what players originally wanted, but pride and inflated expectations are pushing some to cling to old salaries instead of accepting reality, even though real life doesn't accept principles as payment. The market is already exposing the truth behind claims that women's basketball was exploding, because much of that growth was driven almost entirely by one superstar, Caitlin Clark, while the rest of the product continues to struggle for real demand. Unrivaled was supposed to be the leverage play, the safety net that would allow players to walk away from the WNBA and demand more power. But that backup plan collapsed as ratings dropped, investors grew nervous, and networks questioned the value of funding a league that can't deliver consistent viewers. Now, after months of strike threats and bold talk, players are quietly considering returning under the same old CBA they once called insulting, proving how quickly confidence disappears when leverage evaporates. The uncomfortable reality is that the WNBA survives largely because of NBA subsidies, and while billionaire owners have absorbed years of losses, their patience is not unlimited when alternative leagues fail to prove real market demand. Media hype continues to promote new stars and future growth, yet ratings show that marketed popularity does not translate into sustained audience interest, reinforcing the player's biggest miscalculation, believing that one generational star meant the entire league deserved generational money. If the next season moves forward under the old agreement, unity will fade as personal financial survival replaces collective ideals, because when money gets tight, beliefs become flexible. In the end, the NBA doesn't need the WNBA from a business standpoint, and what looks like partnership often functions more like charity. meaning leverage disappears the moment the investment no longer feels worthwhile. Unrivaled's failure doesn't just mark the collapse of the startup league. It exposes the commercial ceiling of women's basketball, where interest spikes with Caitlin Clark and drops sharply without her, leaving players with simple choice: accept a realistic deal or risk striking and discovering how replaceable they truly are, because the market decides value, not hype narratives or feelings.